Hi there, budget peeps. How are we all doing? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic weekend. If you're new to the channel, my name's Marie, and today I'm here to talk to you about our Christmas story. How did we provide for Christmas for 5 children with no money for their Christmas presents? So if you're struggling for Christmas right now and you're maybe in the same boat, I'm going to share our story with you. So here we go. It's a bit of a one of them, and I might get a bit tearful, so I'm warning you in advance. But yeah, I'm going to share this with you because it's a good story, and I think it might help some people out there. So back in the 90s, hubby and I were going through a very difficult time money wise. We'd got petrol in the car, we'd covered our basic bills, we'd got basic food in the cupboard, you know, it was that. But it was coming up to Christmas. I think it was about this time of year, November time of year. And I was like, it may have been early December, I don't know. And I was really getting stressed out because we'd absolutely got nothing for Christmas for the kids. And I didn't know where the money was coming from to buy them any Christmas presents. I literally had nothing. This was way back before I found cash stuffing. And I'm like, how do I get the Christmas presents for my kids? I just don't know how I'm going to do it. So here's how I did it. I can't believe what happened. Now, I was a regular nosier on what's called on an application or a website back then, because I don't think we had apps back then. I think we had websites, and it was called freecycle.org. Maybe you've heard of it. I'll write that down here for you, freecycle.org. And it's a website at the time I joined, basically trying to get things for the house. Because we were trying to furnish our home and obviously didn't have money to do that. So I was looking out for, you know, bedside table or something or other. And what happens with Freecycle, and the reason why I like it so much, is because it's people were giving things away for free to stop them going into landfill. They didn't want stuff going into landfill. So rather than take things to the skip and it end up in landfill, they give it away for free on Freecycle. And today we've got places like Facebook that you can go on, random acts of kindness and all that kind of thing. And people give away things on there for free as well as. But this was purely about the environmental impact. And that's what Freecycle was founded on, the environmental impact of throwing things in the skip. And for me, I like to sort of try my best to sort of save the planet in my little ways. So I was all over this Freecycle. I was like, yeah, I love it. And I put myself down so that every time there was an offer or somebody wanted anything, I would get a notification email to say somebody was looking for this or they were offering that, so that I could, if I could, help them. And if I needed anything, they could help me. So that's how I was doing it. So my email box quickly filled up is what I'm trying to say, with all these emails of offers and wanteds and all the rest of it. And I think I've still got some from going back way when I still need to delete them all. Trust me, it filled up really fast. Anyway, we were sat there of an evening and I was talking to Hubby and I said, I don't know how we're going to do Christmas. I've got no money for the kids and I just don't know what I'm going to do. And we sat and thought about it, and lo and behold, an email come up. And at the time, this email come up and it said, offer Reebok stepper. Back in I'll put a picture here. I don't know whether you can remember the Reebok steppers or whether they still have them, because as I say, we're going back years. This is what it was. And I thought to myself, you know what, your daughter is so into her fitness at the moment with her swimming and this, that and the other. Do you think she'd like this Reebok stepper? Maybe if we put it in a plain box, wrapped it up, she wouldn't know it was secondhand. These things that people give away look practically brand new anyway. And he said, yeah, you know, she might like that. So, of course, we got petrol in the car. We contacted the person, said, could we be considered? Could we have this? And they said, yeah. We arranged with them to go and pick it up, and we went and picked it up, and it was fantastic. Got the Reebok branded on it. It was lovely. It, you know, expensive piece of kit. We couldn't have afforded to buy that. So we put it in a nice plain box and we wrapped it up in a bit of Christmas paper that we had left over from the year before, and that was her Christmas present. So then we carried on and thought, well, how are we going to do the others? So then what happened was, we saw a TV and video combination come up. Somebody was clearing out their kids' room, they'd left home or whatever it was, And they got this TV and video they no longer needed, or they'd upgraded. I can't remember. They'd done something that they'd had to give away this TV and video. And I said, you know what? The two of the boys shared a bedroom. And I said, they'd love to have a little TV and video in their bedrooms. They could watch their films instead of coming down and dominating our TV. Maybe we could do that for them. You know, because we're watching our programs. They want to watch their Disney video or whatever it is. I says, we could do that. And maybe they could use the TV, you know, watch the programs, the cartoons that they want to watch. And my husband said, yeah, okay, we'll sort that out then. So we contacted them and they agreed for us to have it, and we went and collected it. You know, they're really lovely people, these people. And we bought it back, and we got a big box, and we put it in the big box from the recycling, and we wrapped it all up. And that was the two boys' Christmas presents that they shared. One had opened the video and one opened the TV, but it was a shared gift between them for their bedroom, so they could share it together. So that was 3 of the children we'd taken care of. I was telling my mum this story the other day, and it's the first time I'd opened up to my mum to say, here we go. It was the first time, sorry. I'd opened up to her to say, we had a problem that year, and we were too proud to ask for help. And I know my mum would have said, here, have the money, go buy the gifts for the kids, have it. You know, my dad and mum would have stepped in, no problem. But me being me, I was just too proud to ask. So maybe you're like that, I don't know. Sorry. Oh, took a minute. Okay. Sorry about that. I was just too proud to ask and too embarrassed. And I felt like I'd failed and, you know, all of those things. But yeah, as a parent, you're meant to provide for your kids, and all the other kids are getting Christmas presents and you can't do it. You feel like rubbish. And obviously you don't want to go and tell everybody that you've failed. As a parent, obviously I hadn't failed, but at the time I felt like I did. There's a lot of kids out there who don't get for Christmas, not just mine, you know. And I was trying to fix the problem in the only way I knew how, in my own way. So anyway, a little while went on, and somebody advertised a Sony radio, a Sony radio for a car. And I remembered one of the sons loved working at a garage. He was helping out a garage or something, and he was fixing cars and this, that and the other. And he was I don't know whether he just bought his first car. He was that young, but maybe about 17, I can't remember. And I thought, you know what, maybe we could get this for his car. So anyway, all the children were in their teenage years, from 10 to 17, I think it was. And we went along to this guy who'd advertised this just car radio, second-hand car radio for free, like. So we went up to his house to pick it up, and it turned out to be a Sony 10 CD disc changing CD player car radio thing pictured here. And it was all boxed in the actual Sony boxes that they came in, and it was practically brand new. And I think it was brand new, actually. I think he told me that they'd bought it for their car, but when they got the car, it had a better thing in it or something, so they no longer needed it, and they didn't want to have the hassle of selling it, so they're just going to give it away. And we were the lucky recipients, I tell you what, made up. I felt like I'd won the lottery. I really did. And I was so proud to give that present to him. I'm so grateful. Sorry. Oh, what am I like? I need the tissues. Oh, so grateful. So grateful. Sorry, I'll get through this. Oh dear. So that was the Reebok stepper, the Sony disc player, the TV and video for 2 of the children, and then we got the eldest child to try and get something for, and again, I think he was 17 going on 18, but still living at home. And I thought, you know what can we do? What can we do for him for Christmas? Because if you know children, I call them children, they're my kids obviously, but adult children, or children on the cusp of becoming adults, you know, it wasn't my kids were spoilt or anything, but And they didn't know, obviously, we were going through a hard time because we didn't share that with them. But I wanted him to feel as though it was still Christmas. I wanted something special for him. Anyway, it got advertised on freecycle that somebody was giving away a free Aston Villa kit, brand new, all the tags still on them. And I thought, wow, he's not going to know we're going through a hard time if we can get this. So I contacted the lady, and the lady said, yes, please come along, please come and get it. So I went to her house, and she said to me, you know what, she said, I bought this Aston Villa kit for my son for Christmas, but he is being such a horrible little brat. This year, I'm going to teach him a lesson. She said, it's time he got taught a lesson. She said, so here you go. And she handed me the bag. And inside that bag, there were socks, shorts, the shirt, the jumper, everything for the whole thing, the whole season's kit, all with the tag still on from I think it was a sports shop somewhere. I couldn't have even afforded the socks. The socks, let alone the whole thing. I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe how lucky we were. And I felt so bad for that child. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't take this because, you might change your mind in a few days or weeks' time. And I feel guilty taking this. And she said, no. She said, it's about time it was taught a lesson. She said, I'm gladly giving you this. Please take it. And we took it, and I felt so guilty, but so elated at the same time. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And they say, God works in mysterious ways, doesn't he? But yeah. Anyway, we took it back home, and I put it away. And I was just so elated. That same night, my eldest son was all into his guitars. He loved guitars. And he'd got a guitar, but he hadn't got an amplifier to play it with. And that same night, an amplifier came advertised. And I was like, should we go and get this amplifier? And I thought, you know what, let's just do it. He loves his guitars. He's not got an amplifier. So we went off and we bought this amplifier. No, we didn't buy it, sorry. We went off to talk. We talked to this guy about this amplifier, and we went and got this amplifier. And I don't know one amplifier from the next. To me, it's an amplifier. I don't know what it does, how it works, what brand it is, what this, that, or the other it is. It doesn't matter to me. The fact was, it was just an amplifier. So we went to this guy's house, and he was showing us this big amplifier and how it all worked. And it got all these knobs, and it made all these sounds. And he got this foot pedal that attached to it to make all these different sounds and one thing and another. And I said to him, this is such an expensive piece of equipment. I didn't know it was a branded expensive piece of equipment. I just knew an amplifier costs a lot of money. And he said to me, he said, you know what? He said, I bought all this kit because I wanted to play the guitar. He said, but now I've found I like playing the piano more. He said, and I don't want it around the house when I want to concentrate more on my piano and my keyboards and that. And he says, so therefore I need it to go. And I was like, I'm overwhelmed. Thank you so much. I just couldn't believe it. We got an amplifier and a foot pedal for my son as well. So we brought it home and we put it in a box, wrapped it all up. And anyway, my God, I tell you what, that Christmas was the best Christmas they'd ever had, even to this day. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Emotional. They opened those presents and you'd think I'd given them the world. I don't know whether they knew we were going through a hard time, but the amplifier, for instance, turned out to be something so special. My son, he opened it, he was like, whoa, Mum, whoa, do you know what this is? Whoa, Mum, whoa, like this. And I was like, I don't know, I just know it's an amplifier. It's not just an amplifier, he said. This is such and such an amplifier. This does this, this and this and this and this. And he was going on and on and on. You'd think I'd given him the world. Oh, gosh, sorry. Let me have a minute. Sorry about that. So yeah, you'd think we'd given them the world. They opened their various presents and they were so shocked and overwhelmed. They'd got such an amazing present. I mean, my kids have never been brought up asking for stuff and getting it. You know what I mean? My mum always said to me, "Don't follow the crowd. Don't chase the latest technology. It goes down over time." And I've been brought up with that philosophy. And my kids had asked me for things, you know, even as they were growing up. "Mum, can I have an Xbox? Mum, can I have this? Mum, can I have that?" And you know, yes, Santa's supposed to come and deliver their wishes and make their dreams come true, but Santa never did. Santa never did. They never had what they asked for. They had what they were given. Always. I was never in a position to buy the things they asked for because the latest PlayStation came out and I couldn't afford it. So they had the older model. They had a PlayStation, but it was the older model. You know, that's how they were brought up. So this Christmas, when they got these things that were so, you know, expensive from our terms, they just couldn't believe it. They just couldn't believe it. Going back then, I think my budget for the children was like £50 each. That was it, £50 each, when we could afford to buy them presents. And that had to buy them their presents and their stocking fillers and everything, and their Christmas pyjamas or whatever it was growing up. The whole damn, you know, the whole works. I had to buy everything. And yeah, we struggled. We struggled. Money has never been in abundance for us. We've always lived hand to mouth all the time. And then we found cash stuffing, and things are changing. We've been doing this cash stuffing since probably just before the pandemic, but I've only been filming for a couple of years now, I think almost 2 years. And it's changed our lives. But even so, our Christmas budget is still very tight. My Christmas budget going forward, even now, is £20 an adult for my kids and £10 a child. And however many children they've got and however many adults they've got, that's how much I spend on that family for Christmas. This year it's a bit tighter because I think we've saved up £170, I think, for Christmas, for presents. So yeah, I've got to make it even tighter this year with hubby losing his job. But we'll get through it. We'll find a way. Like we always have, we'll find a way. And they'll have a beautiful Christmas and they won't know I've spent very little on their things because I'm good at shopping, I'm good at bargain hunting, I'm good at creating things and making things and, you know, making things happen, putting things in boxes to make it look more expensive than it is. I remember the one year, I'll tell you this story. I decorated these bags. I had these like black paper bags. And I didn't have much money for Christmas. And at the time, I went out and bought Terry's chocolate oranges for £1 each. But I decorated these paper bags with cut out little things. And I put my brothers and what have you, extended family members, nieces, cousins, brothers, aunties, uncles or whatever. I got these little bags and I put their names on with little stars and snowflakes, and I drew things on the bags and made them look so pretty and made them all individual and put this £1 Terry's chocolate orange in, and I gave them out to people and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you've gone to so much effort, rah rah rah." And I'm like, please, it's more than what it looks. Honestly, it's more than what it looks. And obviously when they opened it they realised it was just a £1 chocolate orange, but it's the effort that I put into it that they appreciated more than the gift. So if you're struggling in today's society, and I know the cost of living at the moment is through the window, reach out to organisations that can help you. Don't be ashamed like I was, and reach out to your family members as well. Don't be ashamed. There's always somebody out there that's got an extra packet of this, an extra box of that, a little bit of extra wrapping paper, you know, and also reach out to freecycle, join the freecycle community and stop these things from going into landfill. Repurpose, reuse, recycle, all of that. Please don't sit at home crying and worrying and mithering like I did as how it was going to happen. And don't feel guilty for whatever, you know, having to reach out to these people and organisations to ask for help, because that's what they're there for. We've got Random Act of Kindness on Facebook. We've got freecycle.org. We've got the Smile Project. We've got, obviously, there's food banks as well. If you're struggling for food, ask them about getting a Christmas parcel. You know, speak to people. Don't sit at home and, you know, going through it on your own. Reach out, please. Reach out. Even if you're reaching out to me, I can spread the message and or point you in the right direction, try. But reach out, definitely reach out. Yeah, so that's our Christmas story. Sorry, I got emotional all the way through it, but I hope you enjoyed our Christmas story, and I hope and pray that out there somewhere this story helps somebody out there, and they have the best Christmas ever. Thank you so much for watching. Join me again in the week when I'll share some more cash stuffing with you. Until then, I'm going to go and dry my eyes, have a cup of coffee, and say thank you for watching, and ciao for now.